probably got to get to like at least
6, 7, 8,
yeah,
9, 10.
I'm gonna do a number 8.
Yeah, let's 8. Let's go 8 down, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do a number 8. That's also 8 ball. Like, okay.
There you go, dude.
Oh my land!
You heard it here first. Copyright.
You heard it here
Buddy
first.
system.
I'm gonna go do a number 8 in
Number
the bathroom.
8, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Fuck yeah. It's not shady enough though, because you're right. 8 ball. Already. That's like we just invented a thing. Like, do you want to go do drugs in the bathroom? We're like, no one will know.
No one's gonna know what a number 8 is at all.
Actually, if you do say, I gotta go do a number 8 in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That people might be so scared they won't ask. They're like, oh, is that like a colostomy bag?
That's where you do like a jump.
Oh, we should. Yeah. Okay. Hey, we should start the pod.
Oh, right.
Thank you, Israel. Welcome to the buddy system.
Oh, yeah. Hey, welcome to the buddy system. We were talking about number 8s, which in my mind is when you do some kind of jumping poo.
That is, jumping like a scream shit.
Jumping, shrieking, scream shit.
We've all had at least one scream shit in our life. Don't act like you're better than us.
Like right before we recorded this, you were saying one of your friends was like, yeah, so do you guys like ever start moving on from like piss and shit and balls and stuff?
They're like, do you talk about serious stuff? I'm like, we intend to.
We sometimes will. Maybe
That's
we
true.
will.
We did. Someone said that literally to me today.
We're idiots though.
And what did we open up just talking about scream shitting?
Yeah, scream butts and shits.
Like, sorry, guys.
Like doing some kind of like...
We don't like doing politics stuff, not because of where our stance are. We are from, you guys know where the
No, I mean, I think we've done it a little bit, but I want to talk about like doing
we just want to give everyone a break from even hearing
I want to talk about doing like trick
sucks.
poop shots as well sometimes.
Yeah.
Like here's my trick shot. I jump, my pants are on. I jump in mid 360, take my pants down, blast poop into toilet, perfect swish, and then before I land, the pants are back on.
Dog. that would be awesome. You're talking about ballet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the beauty and the majesty of what you just described. It's like a combination of ballet and martial arts.
Something you only see a figure skater or Bruce Lee achieve.
You don't see it. You don't see that. That's the whole point. When you're good at it, no one ever sees it.
Dog, you're talking about ballet.
You're doing bank shots and drinking fountains in like the courthouse, dude. No one even knows, dude. So fast. Someone loafed the fountain again.
I saw that guy. He jumped into 360. Let's slow that down. Slow that down.
Slow it. God, he got us again.
Puts it
Did he
back
wink?
on.
Slow it. He winked. Fuck. Oh man. Well, sorry. My friend who I just talked to earlier today about
mature people that want more from us.
Yeah, that was even a regression of what we already talked about. Yeah.
I want to be more mature, dude.
I do too.
We're
working
trying.
on it.
I lost a bunch of shit today. I did some child shit.
I called you right after you found out, and you were big
left
mad.
an entire bag of things on the bus.
Christopher left his lunchbox on the bus again.
I left a bag. I left a tote bag of slippers because I wanted to bring slippers to the studio because it's wet and muddy outside.
That you got from your mom. That's the biggest loss, I think.
A water bottle, about an ounce of weed, and a pipe. It was in a tote bag, and that is what I left on the bus.
The ounce was free also.
And there's just no chance that it's going to be brought back.
If it was slippers and a water bottle, someone would be like, oh, somebody left this. An ounce, someone's like, we're going to have an awesome day.
Yeah, we can't. The slippers are ours now, I guess. We got to find a fellow with size 12
They were probably
feet.
if your mom gave them to me, they're probably nice as hell.
Dude, what someone picked up in my bag was basically it was like a survival kit for a stoner to have a good snow day.
A chill dude starter pack, dude.
Yeah,
a big Lebowski starter kit. It's weed and slippers,
dude,
and a goddamn White Russian to go. It was an insulated water bottle.
Yeah.
It was like a
So
you get. To be fair, you do get about 2 or 3 free ones of those a week. I feel like.
Yeah. Sometimes someone gave it to me. Most of the things in there were free. The ounce was free. The slippers were a gift. The water bottle was free. The pipe I just bought.
Ooh, that is a stinker.
Kind of this cool like Sherlock Gandalf pipe that I was planning on.
Was it glass?
Smoking tons of glass. It was glass. And it's all gone. It's all gone.
I'm assuming it was glass. I mean, obviously it would be glass, but I wasn't sure if you bought like one of those. Like they have a dab rig like Sherlock.
No, thank God it was only a $20 pipe, $19.99.
Huge.
That's kind of what I do. I like to buy a cheap pipe,
if it
smoke
breaks,
it
don't
until
care.
it's clogged, and then go.
Dude,
I'm gonna buy.
Thank you for saying that, by the way, because you know how mad that makes me.
Yeah.
Trying to smoke weed with Chris and with his pieces is believable.
Well,
First of all, you just take a nug and you just go blurg, and it's just like you can't even get air in there.
I grind it during the crushing process.
There's no grinding. You thumb it into a hole like someone's trying to plug a dam.
Dude, it's just wood. It's wood stuff. You wouldn't get it. You city fancy folks.
That's true.
And your gizmos.
Yeah. And then you have to suck so hard. You do pull the tar, the resin in your mouth from you. So you really don't, because like for a while at the beginning of us like building this place out, I would clean your pipes all the time because it was the only way we could. But if I didn't, what do you do?
I just go buy a new one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a level of privilege. You can just soak it in. You can like you can put it in like a fucking
they're also
thing
like
of rubbing alcohol.
They're
go
like
take a shower.
$20.
Yeah, true, but like,
and then but there is kind of nothing like smoking really good weed out of a brand new pipe.
If you're gonna throw it out, here's moving forward. At least just go leave it at a gas station or something.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
Someone can smoke harder drugs out of it.
Someone needs,
and
or
take massive resin.
Someone
hits.
might take care of it.
You're right.
I mean, resonance in high school, it was like we used to think of it like frequent flyer miles.
There's just certain stuff
which
where
is
it's
disgusting.
I just don't want to take. That's so funny.
Because you would the only time you would clean your pipe was when you were fully out of weed. Do you remember like cleaning and getting like the fattest resin ball?
Yeah,
disgusting.
And then you're like,
and you're smoking that.
We were basically smoking black tar weed.
Yeah, like but really gross, gnarly. It tasted like asphalt. It tasted like how asphalt smells.
Yeah,
and we were like, sick dude, resin. Like,
did you ever roll a doobie that was made out of roaches?
I mean,
like a second generation doobie?
But like you unravel the roaches.
You unravel the roaches and then roll a fresh, not a fresh doobie, the grossest doobie in the world.
Yeah, turned me onto that when we were like in our early 20s. He called it it was his roach jar.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll also bleep his name because he kept it in his like where his mom used to keep his baby teeth. It was like this little ceramic thing. And I was like, oh dude, that feels so, I don't know, bad.
Yeah,
like abandoning your childhood.
Yeah.
Now it's full of roaches.
Yeah, your teeth jar.
Yeah. It was like a cute little like handmade ceramic like
baby
thing
teeth.
with a lid on it.
Yeah.
Like that was like that's where like I think his mom like kept his baby teeth in it that fell out.
And then he was like, I'm
gonna
keep my smelly doobies.
Yeah. So maybe we'll bleep his name or just delete that whole story.
So he would.
We'll bleep his name.
I mean, those second generation joints or whatever they're called. What would he call them?
Roaches.
But when you re-roll it, what would he call that doobie?
Oh, I don't know. Just like we just hit the roach jar and
or
sometimes just like I would sometimes just undo a roach into a pipe and smoke that.
Yeah. Well,
it's not as gross as it sounds, or as it is. I mean, it is gross.
It's
let's
gross.
be honest. But that weed also has like it's like more resonated from the rest of the joint that smoked through it.
Yeah.
So there is like a little bonus on that end.
There was always those guys.
That was the first infused weed.
Yeah. Basically, it was that's concentrate.
Poor man's infused.
Yeah. That's a poor man's concentrate.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there was always those guys that you would smoke the second generation doobie. They're turning their roach into a new doobie, and they'd be like, "It's even more fucking powerful, man, because you've like sucked it down at the end."
It's pretty much what I just said.
I know.
Yeah. Wait, but they would at least unroll. Like you're not talking about just like putting a bunch of roaches in a thing. Like a little train car from hell, right?
No. They would deconstruct it into a pile of gross,
like civilized
smelling
people.
weed,
and
then
it does smell like shit.
Yeah, it smells like smoke.
Yeah. That is the nice thing about not smoking like flower as much or almost at all anymore, even though I have it around, is like just the ashtray and the table, or like, it's a closed one, but it's still like,
yeah, you're so
stinks,
right.
Dude. The pipe stinks, the weed,
smoking dabs and hash is a lot cleaner. It's way less dust.
Yeah.
Like gross.
Well, it's also
dust.
less, it's vapor versus smoke. Like, so smoke is what, particles suspended in air, and vapor is water molecules suspended in air.
See, we can do it all.
See?
We can talk about number 8 and 360 shits.
There was something I was going to add. 360 shits. Okay.
Oh
Not
my
to go back
God,
to it.
we're back.
I did. Okay, so I feel like this is, sorry to bring us back. I'm sorry, everyone.
I don't apologize.
But I think this could be a learning thing, and if not, we'll cut it. I love how many things I say we're just going to cut every episode.
Probably not going to cut any of it. Yeah.
God, we can't get too used to it. One of these days, I'm going to give out like my home address or something, and if you want to send me a birthday card, you guys can. Actually, I'll tell you later. Patreon.
360 dump.
360 dump. Remember those like little books that would just be around when you were kids? It's like 101 crazy fucking blues. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know why, but there's like burning in my head that I don't know if it was like in like 1600s England or Scotland. Supposedly there was like contests where people would like see who could like shit the farthest. I think, like, I don't know why this is in my head.
Come on down to the local
Israel, will you please,
blast.
can we do this? We need to.
We're doing the
do
shit
like,
competition.
What would, like, it would be Victorian's too recent. It would
this
be
is
like
going to be a tough Google. Based on historical reference, there's no widely recognized England pooping contest.
I didn't make this up.
Thank God you made us Google that.
So we will probably have to cut this. This is way too much poop.
Well, another thing we have to cut. There's basically no podcast.
I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna spend hours.
I'm gonna come.
I was gonna say I'm gonna come back with my fucking facts straight.
Oh man,
but
dude, it's just we're trying to be adults over here, you know,
desperately.
Yeah. It's not.
You're losing shit. I'm losing shit. We're dropping stuff. Here's the thing. When I called you today, you were so mad, and I'm honestly at yourself.
Yeah.
I am that all the time because especially the more it happens now, the older we get. I'm just like, is it ever stop?
No, apparently.
Like losing stuff, forgetting stuff, being late to stuff.
Having
1 hour is 5 hours somehow. Like
having to do that tedious adult shit every day.
It's just like you just have to drink water all the time, and every day you're flossing all the time until you die.
Twice a day. You have to floss all the time. Sometimes in the middle of the day you have lunch and you're like, I have to floss after that because there's a whirlwind of beef in my teeth right now. Yeah. An absolute hurricane of fucking stringy meat between all of my molars.
You just said that, and my teeth felt like they moved a little bit apart. Like there was meat between them. I had to like stretch my mouth.
Yeah, dude, it sucks. You have to take care of yourself all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is exhausting. This shit's
really. You're going to physical therapy right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Twice a week.
Already, like
I
just
go
like
and wiggle.
I still feel like I'm like 20.
Yeah.
And we're super not.
In my brain, I'm definitely still trying to be that. And then in my body.
No, all of us even putting this place together are like, at some point throughout the last like 6 months here, there's been someone that can't lift something for a couple days.
Yeah.
They're like, can we move this table? Like, nah, I did the thing. You're like, oh, yeah, he's got his knee, he's got his back, he's got his shoulder.
I was thinking about it, like when we get older and stuff like that, there's going to be, that like ratio is going to flip where there's going to be like one guy here that can lift anything. Mm-hmm. Be like, wait till Rob gets here. He's got a good back.
Yeah.
The rest of us are like laying on tennis balls like, Rob, please.
Or we'll have like robot knees by then. That could be soon, right?
Exoskeletons.
Are they making those?
Yeah, I think so. People are like, they have like shit on the outside of their bodies and stuff like that. It's helping it so like, at least like right now, like paraplegic or people with like really, really bad some like injuries that are otherwise wheelchair bound are able to now fucking do the thing. Yeah, look at this. There's exoskeletons all over the place. Yeah, this is technology I can get behind.
What I don't want this for is like some billionaire who's 161.
Yeah.
And like they give him this, and his just like loose, rotting corpse is just like now parading around.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Child brothel or whatever the fuck they do. Sorry, I'm so mad so many times in the news today.
Dude,
but we're not talking about
it's totally acceptable. It's who do you think is going to have access to cutting edge technology and medical stuff first?
Well,
Billionaires.
That's the only reason. It's not even access to it and like. Access first. At this point, the way these guys are stacking cash is for a new planet, dude.
Yeah.
It's for like protecting, like they know what they're doing. The science is there. It's in their face. They continue to do what they're doing. And it's just, they're now using human beings. I mean, they always have, but just like as a resource like wheat or cattle.
Right.
And then they're going to party this planet down and be like, hopefully the moon spot's ready.
Hopefully our moon spot's ready.
You know, and then it's...
I've seen videos, but now you can't trust anything. And now we're becoming a real podcast where you're like, are there people on the moon?
Dog, if chemtrails, join the Patreon.
One of my favorite books of all time series. The basic premise is like humanity populated the moon. The people on the moon became more powerful than the people on the earth. Then the people on the moon took over the earth and then seeded every single like hospitable planet and like terraformed them.
Okay.
And all the people on the moon then like basically just like made us into like this hyper fascist caste system that was all geared towards making it so we could keep expanding and colonizing like even like meteors and like moons and other planets.
My question is, what is the fucking point?
So that you can ambition.
Like your
I don't know.
Seed, your bloodline. What are you obsessed with? $100 billion?
It's like a societal illness that is progress and ambition. It's like we're supposed to it's like what capitalism kind of is all about is like a keep building, keep making it better, keep
right,
going, keep going. So that's the point is we're all like brain rotten and educated that we need to keep making things and keep advancing the whole fucking like society and so that we can that's where else are we going to go? Ultimately,
that's what I'm saying. They don't care because like even if like the air is unbreathable, water is undrinkable, they will have a way to get everything they need.
Yeah,
like they're already, you know what I mean. I read this thing. This was years ago. It was maybe like almost 10 years ago now because this is pre-COVID. But it was talking about like the elite bunkers that they're building. And this is before I even heard about Zuckerberg's stuff or whatever. And they were talking about just because there's also so many random like 100 millionaires that are like, generational wealth, whatever. There's this lady who lives like on the Upper East Side of Manhattan with like a beautiful condo overlooking Central Park. And she, they're turning like old missile silos in the desert into like luxury bunkers, like multi-floor condos that are like, and one of the things she wanted was her view of her, floor to ceiling windows that overlook Central Park from her floor of the bunker. Or like one of her rooms in the bunker, but wanted to see the seasons change. So they set up cameras in her apartment on the Upper East Side for 365 days to get the views out of her window. So if she is stuck in this bunker for 5 years, she can still look at like the windows, the seasons changing out her fake windows.
She can fool herself
into
being like
that's like some lady you've never heard of.
I'm not underground in Las Vegas right now. Right. It's actually okay.
And there's enough like whatever machines that can make oxygen out of swamp water and fucking you can drink your own piss. I don't know, but like whatever's gonna happen, that's why all the billions are just stacking. So they're like, okay, they can literally devour each other while we spread lava across the entire United States, and we'll just be fine.
Well, it does seem like a nefarious stacking of cash that's going on. Where
what
you're
do you need
it's like, hey, you could probably help us all, and maybe healthcare could be free, and homelessness could be eradicated if you guys didn't have to have all those zeros in your bank accounts.
Like imagine
but instead. You're building or you're preparing this money or you're doing some kind of wealth accumulation for what? There's some secret maybe or like something that you're just like, why? Again, wouldn't it make sense? And don't people want to be good people? Like when you have a ton of money, I just figure I'd want to be like, here, let me give a lot of this away. You know what I mean? Like I don't really understand how it is that like what the correlation between getting a lot of money and not wanting to give any of it away or be a good person about it. Like
I think maybe some of the people that do give it away, and I could be wrong about this, but it's just that maybe I think the nature of someone who would, like, you just don't hear about it because they're chill or they're giving anonymous donations for $1 million.
I don't know. I feel like a guy like Jeff Bezos could be super philanthropic.
Philanthropic.
And he wouldn't be quiet about it. He would tell, and he probably is.
No, he wouldn't because he's already such a bastard. You know what I mean? Like, but like I'm saying, like the rich people that you don't hear about, like Elon Musk would say he donated $10 million and then not do it, and then still get the press for it.
It's just like percentage-wise, ratio-wise, they still keep so much more, and they don't need it. Like, what do you possibly need with all those zeros? Like, you're not buying it. You already have so many assets. You already have all this stuff. You already have everything you ever could have wanted. And instead of giving that money away, you're going, well, I'm just going to sit it right here.
Well, also, like, the other thing, too, is, I mean, I don't know. Part of me, if I got, like, $100 million tomorrow and the government tried to tax half of that, I'd be like, wait, let me figure out how to keep some of this. But then I wouldn't just be like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to just give it to the government, but then I would also use it. I would be like, I'm going to give this to homeless shelters and communities that I have worked in and stuff. Like,
and the plenty of rich people are doing that. I just don't get why that's not like the number one thing that we're doing with money. Like, it doesn't make sense to me not to
keep building spaceships,
give it away. Literally putting money together in the form of a spaceship, blasting it into space
over and over.
It just explodes. That's what Bezos and Musk are doing constantly. Instead of eradicating homelessness or fixing anything, they're going, well, we're in a little bit of a billionaire space race.
Didn't they ruin neighborhoods in Washington and whole areas and swaths of like...
Fuck, probably. I mean, what?
Where they're just doing rockets all the time and stuff?
Because in LA, They're launching rockets all the time. That's where
Really?
Yeah, SpaceX launches.
I thought they were in like outside of
They
Seattle
do it in Texas and in Southern California for SpaceX, and then for Bezos, I think it's all up in Washington, like Bellevue and stuff like that. Bellevue, Washington.
Okay.
And then also California and Texas, I think. Not really 100% sure, but still, it's just like location doesn't matter. The behavior is what matters. They're fucking just launching shit into the. Did you see? There's a video of Bezos. He takes William Shatner up into space. This, by all accounts, like a really nice dude.
Yeah, and like he's like was on space shows. What was he on?
He was
Trek?
Captain Kirk in Star Trek. He was
To Infinity and Beyond.
Yeah,
or no, that's
no,
Buzz Lightyear.
that's Buzz Lightyear.
What was his thing?
He was like
boldly go where no man.
Like boldly go where no man has ever gone, or some shit.
That's
like
William
that.
Shatner, right?
I was never a really big Star Trek guy, but William Shatner, by all accounts, great dude.
He's like a legend.
He gets taken to space by Jeff Bezos, and Bezos wants to Shatner's trying to talk to Bezos, like being like, it was amazing being up there in the space and like all that stuff. And you can see Bezos on the camera kind of like turn his head, and he sees that there's like champagne coming, and he's like, yeah. Hold on, just stay here for the picture. And he like just starts popping champagne instead of like listening to this like actor. And you can see in William Shatner's eyes him realize that he's a photo op. He's like, oh, I just got taken to space. Not because this guy thinks I'm cool at all, but because he wants me to be in the photo.
Because he used to watch my show when he was fucking 17.
Yeah, like some fucking rotten nerd is just, now I have to fucking sit here while he pops champagne all over me. And I think he's sober too.
Bezos?
William Shatner.
Oh, God.
So he's like
he did
having
that
like,
onto him too?
He's like having champagne poured all over him while he doesn't. I'm pretty sure. I'm probably escalating.
Even if he's not, he's what, 75 years old?
Yeah.
You're blasting champagne all over this like living legend?
Yeah.
Emotional William Shatner describing his only space flight so he could spray champagne. My God.
Yeah. Just so he's like,
fucking
so that's like what a billionaire is. And instead of him being like at all like able to use this money to make him like expand his mind or become a more wholesome person or like do anything like that, it seems like he's become tackier and shittier and just more concerned with photo ops and image rather than like using your money to better yourself and the world around you. These guys
take some
just like,
fucking manners lessons.
They
dude.
just like disappear into their fucking silos and become these like disconnected idiots that you just can't imagine. What I just don't get why. Like if I got all the money, I'd be like, give me all the knowledge and all the learning, and I have so many questions, and I want to be.
I was gonna say, isn't Melinda Gates like giving a ton of money away?
Yeah, the Gates give a ton of money away, but they're also like,
no, they split. I think the Gates Foundation doesn't exist anymore.
Both Bill and Melinda Gates are good examples of what it means to be like super philanthropic. Like also, like,
I don't know, wasn't Bill Gates on the Epstein laws?
Yeah, Bill Gates is not a good dude, but he does give a lot of money away. But there's also like, I just feel like even him, there's like strings attached and bullshit, and he's got his fingers in like just weird pots, like Epstein pots, and he's just a weird dude.
I just don't know why at some point all of the billionaires are like.
Why do they get evil? What's the evil thing?
I don't know.
What do they know that we don't? That their money gave them access to some kind of information, and then they were like, okay, now we got to launch a bunch of ships into space and child diddling and all that stuff.
And like hunting people. Now. I bet that, you know what I mean? They all probably know where some bodies are buried.
Do you know that Trump's ex-wife is buried on one of his golf courses in New Jersey?
I know. And like an unceremonious
It's
headstone.
like at the 16th hole or some shit. And because she's buried there, he can classify the property as a cemetery, and it's a tax loophole.
And like that's the mother of some of his kids, right?
Yep. There's her grave.
It's such a fucking level of evil that I don't understand.
Just got her grave on a golf course.
Look at that; it's not even trimmed.
I know. I think that it's actually marked, but that photo is not real. Is it real? What?
It's not even.
That's
they don't even
her
take care of the
grave.
gravestone.
Holy fucking! I literally was like, let's not peddle misinformation. We don't want to be like the other guys, but like that.
Jesus Christ.
So he's got her grave on his golf course so that he can write it off for taxes.
Don't you think if that was your mom, wouldn't you be like, hey Dad, can you fucking maybe can we do it somewhere else?
Right? Yeah. And he's like,
how old were the kids? I don't even want to.
He's like, sorry, we got to do that because my golf course is too expensive and I'm such a fucking moron. I ran a casino into the ground.
Yeah.
We're getting angry. We should be angry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to be funny right now, obviously.
I know.
But, it is what it is.
That's why we're trying to, bring a little bit of light and joy.
I am just
into
so
the
like
world with this, but
whenever this shit happens, I just retreat into my I regress, obviously.
Yeah, you just want like a comforting, you want a hug and a soup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just need something. Like the shittier it gets outside, the more I like retreat inside and do the shit that I used to do as a kid. I'm like playing video games that I played as a kid. I'm like having old books that I loved read. Like I'm like reading audiobooks, like escaping into fucking fantasy novels.
Reading
audio,
so you're listening to audiobooks.
Yeah. Reading audiobooks.
I was reading the radio the other day. It's pretty good stuff out there.
Yeah, have you ever read TV? I read Fargo, the TV show, the other day.
I will say I have to. I'm trying to be better about this because sometimes in conversation I'll be like, I read this and I saw it in a documentary.
Yeah.
So sometimes I do read the TV.
Or I say I read this and really what I read was a headline and then moved on with my life. Yeah.
Well, also sometimes the headline is the more you read, the more
sensational and not real.
That's true too.
Yeah, that happens so much.
Depends on what publication you're using.
Clickbait has ruined the world essentially because there's so many people out there with half-cocked opinions that came from headlines that weren't real that they read and they're like, did you know?
Well, it's
and
just
it's like no, that's not even real. It was like if you had read even a second, it would have been like, or fact checked one date, you would have been like, oh, never mind.
There's no fact checking anymore. No. It's an echo chamber. It's just a confirmation bias. Like. I don't know.
That's
Again,
the money
we're about
I
to
want. I want enough money where I can buy facts.
And just, I mean, that's what they've been doing forever. That's, if you go back to like fucking William Randolph Hearst, for Christ's sakes, you know what I mean? He controlled the newspapers. God, now we're doing conspiracies again. And
I love it. It's just what happens when you get two white men with microphones. We start going, and another fucking thing that they're not telling us, everybody.
I got mad on the phone earlier today. You heard me.
Yep.
I was steamed.
Yeah, you were steamed. I feel like you right now. I have random blood on my finger that I don't know what it came from.
That's one of my childhood things I take with me, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, probably more now than even. No, I was always bleeding. I still always am. Yeah. I think the last Patreon we did, we sat down. I was like, oh fuck, I'm bleeding. I had no idea how.
Our last Patreon was really fun too. We did like a phone call.
Yeah.
It was cool.
That was great.
If you're sitting here and you're like, there's our Patreon, you can get 2 episodes a week, actually.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know more of the fact. I'm still.
It's hilarious how you go, is that true? And you're sitting there at
Welcome to the podcast, you guys.
You're sitting there with me recording the stuff.
I know how this works. Even last week, we posted something.
Yeah, and you're like, episode drops tomorrow.
I go, hey guys, episode's tomorrow. You're like, it's out right now. It's today. I'm like, oh fuck, dude. Go ahead.
And I know you're listening. It's just you've only got so much room up there.
Well, there's like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday thing that I feel like someone's doing one of those ball in a cup things with me. And I'm like, Wednesday, you're like, it's Tuesday. I'm like, well, close enough. It'll set in one of these days.
So here's what it is. On Monday, this episode will come out for people on the Patreon.
Yep. Okay.
They'll get it 24 hours early. And then those people who also are consuming that level of the Patreon, most of them, if we'll get a Wednesday extra episode that you and I record.
Correct.
Pretty
That comes out Wednesday. We record Tuesday.
Yeah, and that one's you're gonna hear if you're like, dang, why don't these guys ever talk about current events? Something crazy just happened, and they're not talking about it. Well, we talk about it on the Patreon because that's the only way we're able to do that. If you want nice shot podcasts like this right here, amazing. Shout out Robin then this is what then we have to work on a backlog.
And then we just use my phone, but we still make it look fucking
I think
dope.
The Patreon is fun. It's a good time.
We should leave this up for the Patreon.
Sure, we can.
What was the other? So like the Patreon we record tonight will go out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, you guys, I know what the fuck
and so
this
we'll
is.
be talking about more current events and like, some sports and the news and
not a lot though, because it sucks so much.
Well, I mean, we already talked about how much everything sucks.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It is getting worse. I think every time I start spiraling, I'm like, oh, it's because we live in hell. And sometimes it's kind of chill.
Maybe like how there was like
mostly hell.
There was like radio shows during the wars and revolutions that were like giving people information.
Oh, like turn it to channel like AM 1022.
And you can see the secret news. Maybe we'll be like the secret pod.
That'd be sick, dude.
Be like, all right, everybody, the rebels are meeting.
We can fortify this place as a bunker.
Ooh, I think about that sometimes.
Of course I do.
Yeah. Pretty much every building I enter, I think about, all right, shit hits the fan here, and this is my bunker for the end times.
As soon as I enter a building, I need 3 points of egress.
I'm always looking at what's the best area to fortify. And
the perimeter, looking for threats.
I feel like it's like such like you just see enough action movies and you're like, I'm really glad I thought about the points of egress before I came in here.
Do you know this guy? You're like, who? I'm like, 3 guys back on the left. Weird hat. Limp.
Weird hat. He's been following us almost the entire time we got in this hotel. It's like, yeah, he's waiting in line behind us. We're about to check in.
I'm like, okay, great. That's what you think. It's the camo pants.
You're going to be glad.
We haven't even talked about your pants yet. Chris was really excited about these.
Yeah.
I thought you had a surgery where you got your butt removed and your legs, dude. You just blended
my
in.
pants are so
invisible, dude. I thought it was just a torso.
You know, I lost my 3rd water bottle in a month, and because I'm an idiot, and I was in Target getting a new water bottle to lose, and I decided to grab these pants as well.
Great. Which Target did you go to?
The Super Target on Addison.
Oh, okay.
The big one. They have a Starbucks on the 2nd floor.
Target is
what
ass.
The hell?
We got to boycott Target, but sometimes you got to go there.
I know it's kind of hypocritical of me to have
to boycott everything that wherever we get stuff. Actually,
I'm not supposed to buy anything apparently.
Amazon and Target, Home Depot.
I
just saw a list today. That's another. There's a couple. Oh, Lowe's I guess is fucked too.
I criticize Amazon all the time. I'm like, fuck you, Bezos, and then I'm like, but I also need my package. I need my cat's litter is coming.
Sometimes it's like 2 weeks ago. It scared me how quickly. I was ordering like a router, it's like a little corded hand tool, you know?
Yep.
And it was like gonna get there. It was like by the end of the day.
And you were ordering it that morning?
It was like no, it was like noon.
I know.
And I was checking out, and they were like, for $2.99 you can get this within 2 hours. And I did it. I took a screenshot somewhere on my phone where just of the emails I got. That was like order placed, order shipped. Your order has arrived. It was all in under 90 minutes.
Dude, the working conditions that ensure that kind of convenience must be diabolical.
I mean, I just read this thing about DoorDash that's really fucking bad too. It was like one of the programmers. It was like one of the programmers was posting this thing. He was like, I'm posting this on a burner laptop at a library because I signed this like heavy NDA. He's like, I don't even care. I hope they sue me. And he was basically just like talking about the intricacies of like the coding, the code they use. And they give the drivers a desperation score. So like if someone takes a cheap job real quick, they just always only give them cheap jobs, and they won't even give them the high paying ones.
Oh my God!
There's some other insidious stuff too, like all these like little hidden fees that they say go to the drivers doesn't.
Diabolical.
Yeah, like really bad. And he was like, "This is my like." The programmer felt like awful and guilty. He was like, "I just have to say this." He's like, yeah, so I don't know. Again, I didn't fact check it. I don't know if that's true, but I don't know why someone would just do all that. They sounded like they were really upset and they were trying to like fucking air their conscience out.
I worked for Instacart for a little bit, and they give tips on Instacart. When you have Instacart, you get tips. And I was an in-store shopper at Instacart. I did
Postmates for like maybe 4 days, 15 years ago.
All I did was I was just inside the grocery store, and I would pick up people's groceries, and they would they would time me. And one of the things that they wanted from me is me to go faster all the time. They're like, you need to go faster. It needs to be about 30 to 45 seconds for each item that you're getting in the grocery store. They're expecting you to be like, have the fucking grocery store grid memorized. They want you to like know where everything is. And there's high pressure to go fast. That was fine. I always would get like.
And I was gonna say you are walking in stoned
out of my mind. Huge noise canceling headphones on. Yeah.
Listening, hey everybody, man! Is this the yogurt store?
Yeah, listening to an audiobook, fucking just trundling around, going sorry.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Basically everybody's way, but because we're timed, I'm actually like trying to hustle. So I've got like a cart full of like all these things. I'm like, excuse me, man. Sorry, man. Like
I'm also picturing you with like a giant backpack and like the mittens that are clipped to your sleeve. You know what I mean? Sorry, man.
No, I was wearing like a green lanyard.
Nice. They're like I'm an official Instacart employee.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like humiliating. Oh, you can't just pretend like you're shopping for your family.
I wouldn't wear it, and then someone like these chodes that would work for like Instacart regional would come in and be like, "Where's your lanyard, Cream?"
Instacart overseers.
Yeah, basically. And then they also gave us a T-shirt that it was like lime green that they wanted us to wear. I never
Suck my whole ass.
Exactly, basically what I told them. And then
oh my god.
And then
we live in hell. See, it's just constant just little hell examples, I think.
Dude, and finally at the very end, Instacart sends this like new pay structure where they go, "Hey, so we're just going to pay you about a little roughly under $20 an hour. Tips are no longer going to be hitting you. I'm so sorry, no more tips or whatever. And then you'll get a bonus."
People are still going to be tipping.
Yes.
You're just not going to get it.
And so I was like, I'm going to download the customer side and just see if tipping is gone now, because now the employees aren't receiving tips. I'm sure that there's no tipping. There's still a tipping feature. And so basically one of those little chode rat men overseers came in to Costco where I was doing Instacart at this point. And he was like, "What do you guys think about the new pay structure?" And I was like, "Here's my ass. Suck it.
Look at it, dude."
Yeah. And then I got an email. As soon as I got home, I got an email that was just like, "Due to your slow speeds, we've decided to fire you."
It's just like a form thing. It says, "Due to showing Kevin your whole ass without washing it first."
Your whole dumped ass. Because he asked you about the new pay structure.
Hey, Chris, quick question. Yeah. Did you dump your whole ass and show it to Kevin?
Yeah. I mean, so I got to be honest with you. If you're working for Instacart, or if you're shopping from Instacart and you're tipping people, you might not be tipping anybody.
Also, look to see what is happening right this second, because I'm sure that switches every 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean,
but do find out. What like insidious bastards? They're like, "Do you want to tip your driver?" And they're like, "Just kidding. You just donated money to a fucking billion-dollar company."
Yeah, thanks for the new cabin in Beaver Creek. Yeah, it's fucking...
Yeah, where's Beaver Creek? Somewhere awesome, probably?
Colorado.
Yeah.
It does.
I want to go there, dude.
We should go. It's awesome.
I will, yeah.
I will go there with you. By the time, hey, if you were a Patreon subscriber and you're like, "Man, I love these guys," tell all your friends, because we want to go on really cool trips.
And we want to film it and do cool stuff.
We have plans to go.
Trips and shows.
Yeah.
Like, we want to do this live, and then we both do stand-up, and then, like, when we do it on the road, we'll have, like, either bring a friend from here or like have friends in those towns do sets too.
Yeah.
We're stoked about that.
And we need some Patreon people in the audience, because I keep getting death threats. So I need some people that want to help me. Maybe.
This is just in the last week.
Some loyal chums.
Or last like 5 days. You got back from Houston. Yeah, Chris goes to Texas 3 days and he's like, "Well, I'm getting death threats." Howdy, y'all. Shit.
I went to Alabama and then Nashville and then Texas for the last 10 days. That's been where my touring has been.
You are relentless on the road the last week in a way that like I really admire and don't want for myself. Well, as I'm trying to get back in the saddle and boost my tour dates, I want it
to be for all of us at the pod, so that at least when someone says like, I post like little shit about MAGA, and people will be like I had a normal MAGA supporter tell me, if I was you, I'd kill myself.
How old was this person?
I don't know. I think he was like in his 30s probably, or like mid 20s. But his name was, and I don't give a fuck. His name Cody Schick-Tants told me to kill myself in my DMs because I posted about how MAGA keeps.
Wow, defending. He did a comma in there. If I was you, comma,
I'd kill myself. Yeah, at least the punctuation was good.
Cody.
Signed, yours truly, Cody. If I was you, I would kill myself. Truly, Cody.
Dear Christopher, if I was you, well, shucks, I'd fucking kill myself.
Well, shucks, I'd end my own life, bitch.
Get you on the flip side.
Cody Schick-Tants. So
also,
what I
imagine talking shit to somebody with the name of Cody.
Yeah. So
wait, do we know? Is there a single Cody that we know or like?
No, I don't.
Probably. If there's one, I'm sorry and I love you, but everyone.
Maybe.
I don't know. We don't need a gang in Cody's. That's a great name. Is it short for something? But Codington?
I don't know. But what I did for Schick-Tants was I found his mom, because it's a super, super recognizable name.
You told me this on the phone. I was so stoked.
And then I just DM'd her and said, "Hey, Cody with your last name told me to kill myself. You have a little more raising of your boy to do." And
this kid's not done. You got to put him back in the raising oven for a little bit.
He's 30-something, but he's out here DMing strangers to kill themselves. So I'm sure this isn't what you would want.
What was it in response to that you posted?
Posted a story just about how MAGA people seem to be able to defend unconscionable actions by ICE agents and stuff like that. And then he told me to go kill myself, which was a really, really clever comeback by him. And then I went to Nashville, and if you've seen me do stand-up recently, my last like 10 minutes of my hour are me basically being like, fuck you to MAGA.
But also like a little bit like tastefully.
Yeah.
So as to number one, not start a riot in the crowd.
Well, and I want to be completely honest and open with everybody here. If you're sitting there and you're going, oh, he must be a diehard liberal and he's definitely on our side. He's in our tribe. No to that as well, to be completely honest.
I mean,
you
wouldn't. You're not a liberal.
No, I'm
you're
liberal leaning,
thinking.
but I'm not like just like a let me happily sign up for whoever. Like voted for Kamala Harris, but like I don't think that she was the right candidate.
We held our nose and voted for Biden. Obviously, you know. I love Bernie. I think you probably did too.
I think it was the day that we stole the election from Bernie. Is the day that we shot ourselves straight in the foot as the left. You know, in 2026, the world was crying out for a populist candidate of some kind. Trump and Bernie both ran on elections that were saying that the system is currently broken. We should fix it. The left's establishment said, "Fuck that. We're gonna run Hillary Clinton," and now we have what we have. I truly think that was the beginning of the end.
Just another power that take over. I mean, that's the other farce of democracy. And like again, as like someone who like was a poli-sci major in college, worked for the Department of Human Rights for the state for 3 years, and has met Hillary Clinton when I was like working for the state. Like, in no like normal democracy should a father and a son or a husband and a wife both be president?
Yeah.
Like
it's weird. It's gross. It's like listen, left leaning
as soon
people.
As I said that, I'm like, I would vote for Michelle.
I'm with everybody, but no, there has to be more options than the cabal of folks that keep with the same last name who keep getting elected. That's an oligarchy. And from both sides, if it's liberals who keep running the same folks that are from the same club, then how are you expecting us to, in confidence, vote for you and go, things are going to get better? Because right now, everyone normal is not enjoying life completely. We're not able to, no one in my generation can buy a house. Having a kid is a fucking, like, luxury.
You also can't really
at this point, and so when you as a Democratic candidate run, this is for Kamala Harris. She ran on this thing going, you have to trust. We have to save democracy. You have to trust the system. Like we're gonna just stay with us. No, during that time, during Biden's presidency, there was an endorsed genocide. There was fucking bunch of people were losing their houses.
The farce of democracy is also we have two choices.
Yeah.
And a third person running is considered a fringe lunatic and also just takes votes from whoever else. Like what was the South Park thing? It was like turd sandwich and giant douche.
Yeah, giant douche or a turd sandwich. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
so we have the choice of, and I'm like, just, you can't sit there and honestly look us in the eyes and go, vote for us. What we're doing is good, which is what Kamala Harris represented. And Biden was going around saying, you don't have to be Jewish to be a Zionist. I know this is probably going to get us in trouble, but like he was saying shit like that was just like, why would I want to elect the continuation of this genocide ignoring warmongers who ultimately are bought and paid for by the same corporations who have bought and paid for by the other sides.
Corporations. And I also this may be too stupid to even say, but like Bezos and fucking Elon, and it's all electronic voting. I don't know. I'm like, is anything going to be real ever again?
No.
I'm so worried we're so fucked. That's why I'm just like,
I just feel like Trump might be like truly American politics have finally taken the mask off. And they're like, fuck it. This is what it's always been. It's always been this ugly and gross and shitty for everybody here. And it's been difficult to be an immigrant into this country for years and years and years and years and years. I mean, I know now you and I are generations removed from our people being immigrants, but when Irish people first came to this country, it was no dogs, no Irish. There's a long, colorful history of people treating the new round of immigrants like shit.
Right.
And
until you can assimilate or not. And for the Irish being white and speaking English, they assimilated quickly.
But there's an escalation taking place right now that is historically relevant that will not be forgotten.
Won't be forgotten, and unless something changes soon, I don't know how much it can be reversed.
No.
And that's what fucking scares the life out of me.
Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know how do you expect us to buy into anybody? That's why Trump got elected, is because he was like, shit is fucked. I'm gonna fix it. And all these people that were swings voters who were able to see that shit was fucked, but were not able to see that the answer was clearly not this guy who's even more of a shill to billionaires than anyone's ever been.
Right, because he's a shill of a person himself.
He just lied. All he did was simply go,
He's done
it's
his whole
bad,
life.
we should change things. And then he got elected and he goes, I'm going to make everything worse. I'm not going to change anything for anybody small or little. Everything that was already bad is about to get worse, and it's going to get uglier, and I'm just going to show you, and there's going to be no hiding it.
He'll burn down everything and anything to line his pockets. I think I don't know what the statistic was the other day or the figure, but I think it's like with his presidency, he's like enriched himself maybe 100 billion or something.
At least in the billions.
Yeah, it was tens of billions. Yeah. I don't know what the exact figure is. I think unless something changes like very, very soon, I think this is the end of our noble experiment.
Yeah, it's going to be something different emerging from the other side of this presidency. That's genuinely what I believe. I mean, there's no doubt that whoever gets in power these next elections is going to try to make sure whatever is happening now doesn't happen again. If it's the left, they're going to try to make sure that no one like Trump is ever able to come in again. If it's the right, they're going to try to consolidate power and make sure that it's going to look like this for a long time.
Mm-hmm. They're just going to put things in place and guardrails up to make sure that they can basically never have to.
I mean, speaking of father-son duos, it wouldn't be surprising to me if you and I are 65 years old and we're going, that damn Baron Trump.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Because his brothers already both did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay, 100 billion was crazy. I don't know how much money is.
No, 1.4 billion.
As soon as I hear a billion, I just think it's the same thing as 100 billion.
So they've gone from 1.4 billion to nearly 4 billion in increased wealth and business income since the start of their second presidency.
Do your own research, check your facts. We're not trying to fucking...
Yeah, that's just AI, which AI, I have to say, an AI overview is pretty unbiased. I think they're documenting several
everything from everywhere.
Sources. They tell you. Google AI, I feel like, immediately tells you exactly where it's coming from, which is usually another Google source. So who the fuck knows? Facts are tough. You can only do what you see in front of you, and what I'm seeing in front of me is that I'm saying some shit at the end of comedy shows that's anti-Trump, and it's
still funny though, and it's not like you're not like
no, and I'm not like super anti, like I'm not like super pro-liberal or like anything like that. I'm just anti. This all sucks is basically what I'm communicating, and it's hilarious to see these people who before they were like, yeah, liberal snowflakes. Now they're coming into my DMs being like, how dare you? But their way of how dare you is, they're simple. So they're going. This guy said that was ass. Let me know if you want your ass kicked tonight. Just some guy who has 18 followers.
His name's Jocular. Doesn't Jocular mean like
1.9 posts? Yeah, Jocular. That's so funny. Yeah, he's very, very jocular. It's just, to me, it's just like this.
That was ass. Let me know if you want your ass kicked tonight. Yeah. You should be like, yes.
Yes.
Wait, did he see you in person and then sent you this?
I think so. He told me that.
So he knows your size of your body.
Yeah. I know, but maybe he was some big country boy or like was just
with
confident.
An anime guy as his thing.
I think so. Who knows? Some weird. I think that was like a Finsta that he was.
Oh, sure. That's where he does his death threats.
Yeah. That's his death threat Finsta for sure.
Does he have any followers?
18.
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't
He's
think
like, those are all the people I've killed. I take their phone and I follow myself.
I'm gonna beat you all the way to death and then follow myself.
Like and subscribe.
Jocular, the Jocular
Kill.
Yeah, I shouldn't have engaged, but I did. I was like, oh, did I hurt your feelings? I'm so sorry.
1.9 thousand posts.
Yeah.
So 1,900 posts. I don't know why I said that. That's how it reads.
Yeah. So
it says 1.9K.
So I engaged
1,900.
I engaged with an insane person, and I shouldn't have done that.
Sometimes you can't help it, and then afterwards you feel like this weird remorse. Not remorse towards the person, but you're like, oh God, he got me.
It was cathartic.
He got me to respond. Because then you feel like just as dumb as they,
It's cathartic in a way.
Like taking the bait in traffic.
Well, because we're obviously angry right now about the way the world is, and when you get one of these absolute idiots deciding to engage with you and going, they're kind of inviting you. And it's inviting in a way. You're like, oh, now I could kind of let off some steam, call this guy some names, tell him to go fuck himself, call him a bootlicker, block him, move on with my life. I do it sometimes. I probably shouldn't engage with these fucking people, but I do.
it feels like a stretch, like it just almost like scratching an itch. You're like, okay, goodbye.
Yeah, all right, cool. It was nice. You get people arguing with me in the comments of stuff too, like, and I just like I don't really engage with that so much as in like a construct, like actually trying to make points with people.
Yeah,
because like, could you imagine arguing with someone in the comments, then you read their comment and you go, I actually never thought of it that way. I'm gonna change my whole point of view. You're right. I'm a liberal now.
Yeah.
Truly, I think that person should get the Nobel Peace Prize. It's like, man changes other man's mind in comment argument.
I'm sure it's happened. But here's the thing. It's not going to happen with like vitriol, you know?
No.
It's like one of those catch more flies with honey kind of thing.
And it's hard not to be like, you dumb motherfucker, when you're referring to anyone from the other side.
It, like talking to them and being like, oh, so I understand like why you like him, because you must like embody those same values.
Yeah.
Like you enjoy the way he acts because you think that's a good way to act, and maybe you like acting like that. You're like, no, I don't like. It's like, oh, then why would you?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, you think that's a good way to act?
Yeah.
Okay, well then great. Enjoy whatever comes this way.
I don't really understand. I see stuff on Threads, which I've talked about it before. The algorithm is entirely made to piss me off.
100%. I had to stop opening it because I'll keep scrolling and scrolling, and then they'll show me like a video of like a dog and a pony for a little bit. A dog and pony show, perhaps.
And then suddenly it'll be like some lady who'll be like, Chicago's for liberal idiots, and I hate it so
political
much.
Stuff.
Yeah. And so it'll be this rage bait. And I think my friends are getting the same rage bait. And so then you see them commenting to people and be like, you're actually wrong. And there's nothing like seeing your friend in the wild commenting on something and then like joining them and being like, I'm with you, brother. I see you out here battling these absolute fucking idiots.
And I too will join the quest.
I will join you in your comment section argument. Here comes the slam. You're a fucking idiot.
I'll always have your back.
Yeah, I log on to Threads and I see like, people who I love and like absolutely fighting for their lives.
I was gonna say but sometimes you see it and it like because since you're also friends with them, it's like the only comment that you see on the thing until you open up the chain of them.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I see that, it's like I feel like I walked in on a friend in the bathroom or something.
Yeah, you're like, hey.
It's like it's not even about like no other friends are commenting. It doesn't have anything to do with comedy or Chicago or any of our local scenes.
Yeah.
And it's just like someone like you're like, oh, are you all right, dude?
I actually really like the burger at Stan's Beef.
You're like, are you quite?
Oh no, my friend's a fucking idiot.
Are you quite well, dude?
Are you quite well?
Are you a boomer? What just happened, dude?
God, that's so funny. Seeing your friends' comments in the wild, just being like kind of walking. You almost like walk by them like they're a car accident.
Shit.
You're like, oh fuck.
Like, oh dude, pull your pants up. I saw your wiener.
Oh shit, dude, your whole ass is out. Yeah. He's trying to change the tire on his flat. I would help him, but his whole ass is out right now.
It looks like he's bad at wiping. Otherwise, it would be.
Why are we talking about bad wiping?
I don't know.
Twice now.
Back to shit right away. We got so
this
deep and angry.
This podcast is beautifully constructed, man. We really broke it down. We started with 360 dumps, and then we got really political and deep, and now we're back to pooping.
I know I didn't make that thing up. I know I saw it in one of those silly kids' books.
Dump contests?
Yeah. Maybe it was Scotland. Maybe I'm off with England.
Maybe I was over there in Scotland.
It was definitely a fucking white country, because of course it was. Like, who can shit the police?
Sounds like a Texas thing too. It's like we was having battle shits the other day. We was playing battle dumps the other day, seeing who could launch turds further down the hill. Hoo-wee, Chaswick, you really fucking.
What you eat? That's a whole armadillo. Goddamn, you can chew that thing.
Is there a bone in there? You launched bone, Chad. I was in Texas. I have to say Houston rips. I want to shout out Houston.
Did you go to the Thai place?
I didn't. I slept through my alarm clock.
You were there 3 days.
I know.
I didn't text you to the second day.
You were there 3 goddamn days.
It's the best Thai food I've had.
Could have gone to the best Thai food Matty's ever had. I did go to a really good pho place.
Okay.
And I decided.
Close enough. It's kind
of. There's a lot of.
I'm just kidding. Cuisine wise,
no,
but on the map,
they're
close to each other.
There's a large Thai. There's a large Southeast Asian diaspora that lives in Houston. Big there's influence on the food scene.
Super Like Houston is a giant melting pot of a lot of
When I landed, I went to this like food court. I got birria ramen, which was fucking fire.
Nice.
Very good. Put me down. Napped immediately. Then the next day I was like, oh, there's a good pho place. I'm going to walk from my hotel to the pho place. There's one thing about the South. Walking is not normal. People don't walk. No one walks there
unless it's like a weird little general store town.
There are no sidewalks. It's some bullshit. It's classist for sure.
You look insane when you're walking in some of those towns. One time I was trying to walk to a Starbucks when I was on the road, and I had to like walk kind of on a highway.
Yeah.
Like a little bit.
Yeah.
Like on an on-ramp around the on-ramp to get to the Starbucks. And people were like, is that guy, is he on the run?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. See, that must be some kind of criminal right there. I walked from my hotel to the Chick-fil-A next to my hotel. And on the walk to that, this is in Birmingham, I was walking through the massive parking lot because everyone has cars there. And people were like, what in tarnation is he doing?
What? How many DUIs you got?
Walking.
Shit. They let you drive with 10 here.
Most of us are practically car centaur people. That's why we have balls between our trucks.
Yeah, no sidewalks, and then there's also just like refuse and debris. They're like dangerous to.
It truly is
potentially step on.
But so in Houston, I walked and I was on the phone with you, and we were talking about podcast stuff, and I kind of looked around and I was like, you guys mind staying on the phone for a little longer? I think I'm in a bad fucking neighborhood.
Oh yeah, you're like, you go. Everyone here is limping. I'm like, that's sign number one.
That's like how you can tell you're in a bad neighborhood. If you look around and you're like, every single person that I can see has some kind of limp. This is probably a bad zone. I should get gone.
None of these dogs are on leashes or have owners.
Every cat I've seen looks tougher than me.
Yeah.
But I have to say, there's kind of a beauty in some of these like rough areas. Like I was
certainly,
looking,
absolutely.
Like, these just like beautiful old derelict homes. Like they used to be like these like wraparound porches where someone probably was like, oh,
having sweet tea and
plow, and now it's like a crack den covered in graffiti.
Yeah. I mean, every city will have areas like that, you know.
I will say, going to Houston, amazing city. I won't hear any more bullshit about blue states and homelessness and how it's a blue state problem and you don't see that in red states.
Well, because
Houston and Dallas, I saw many people on the streets.
Yeah,
and not that I'm saying they're bad people or they shouldn't be out there. It's just I'm saying the governorship of Rick Scott or whatever the fuck his name is. What's his name?
They're on their own grid though, man.
Yeah, that Texas governor. Oh, Abbott.
Oh yeah, Greg Abbott.
Rick Scott is Florida. Abbott. He was Florida. He was a senator. Anyway, shut up, Chris. Abbott.
All these cool names of cool guys.
Yeah, all these really cool dudes. But Abbott,
Slimebags.
He's like the major pointer of red state, being like, look, it wouldn't happen in a red state. It's like, you motherfucker.
Remember when it snowed there like 5 years ago and everyone's gas bill was like $12,000 for a day?
Dude, he's such a piece of shit. He's like the one who was bussing people up here during the Biden presidency.
I just want to see their smirks get wiped off the faces.
Oh, man. I look forward to his trial.
They still think they're not going to...
No, probably not going to get
touched. We need like a... I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, the Patreon's going to be fun.
Anyways,
it's dark.
It almost got dark quick again.
This pod, hey, we're nuanced. It's going to be poop.
It's going to be great.
Times.
We even talk about this.
It's going to be
this is a whale
stuff.
oil lamp.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Nantucket pewter. Well, that's my treasure of the day that we'll talk about.
Oh yeah, Matty's got a new segment where he talks about his treasures of the day. You've probably saw it recently on the Patreon of us going thrifting for Lucia's
Valentine's Day gift.
Matty thrifts a lot. Sometimes you'll be like, "Hey, Matty, will you run to Best Buy? We need this cable." And he'll be like, "For sure, no problem. I'll go do that." And then he'll come back with 2 antique lamps and no cable.
Yeah, well, when it's like next door to like a Goodwill, I'm just like, I'll see what's up. I haven't been there in about a week.
Then you're there for 45 minutes, and then you go, "Wait, I was supposed to go where actually?"
I do. I have like a space-time continuum thing where I walk in there and I'm like, I look at my watch and be like, all right, like 20 minutes. Then like an hour goes by. I'm like, then I have to like exit.
So we might do more of us thrifting and antiquing on the Patreon. That was really fucking funny. If you enjoyed that, the Lucius episode. Also, should have come out recently on the Patreon. It was going to be us like doing some cooking stuff.
Yeah.
Matty always finds cookbooks at these thrift stores and antique shops, so we're going to be...
Well, I've been doing that for years. Yeah. Just like flea markets, just collecting antique cookbooks. So
you have a lot of cookbooks that are going to make this segment pretty evergreen and rich for a long time.
And we don't always have to do something from that. We can do, we can take some...
we could do like some viral recipes and bullshit like that.
Depends on those. Some of those are complete ass.
And good. Yeah. You're not going to see...
Some of those make me mad.
You're not going to see us telling you how to like do any kind of like cooking hacks or anything like that. It's going to be down in the weeds bullshit.
Yeah, it's going to be us hanging out, but we're going to be making some food.
We're going to be absolutely getting super stoned and making tons of food.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll probably be pretty good. Maddie and I
will do it in my kitchen.
Yeah, or I think we should get a fire pit situation and do it in the parking lot here some nights.
Depending on how windy it is, that gets so dusty out there, and I don't want like a bunch of just like fucking sand and whatever the fuck.
Right.
Also, even with the shot, we could do a quick one, maybe burgers or something quick, like on a grill.
Yeah.
But I think like doing it like outside with forest involved.
I love
grass.
that in the summer when we can go up to Michigan.
Go up to the fucking cottage. Yes, dude.
I love that.
We're gonna have. We'll do whole episodes for Michigan.
Yeah. Look out for that.
It's gonna be fucking awesome. I just got so stoked.
Yeah.
I want to like stop this podcast and go do that right now.
Look out for the cooking segments.
Not the whole podcast. Just
there should be one already out right now for you. Patreon again. If you're listening, if you're on the Patreon, you're here early. Thank you for watching the Buddy System podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Matty. Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Yeah, and we appreciate you. We're gonna have a guest next episode.
Yeah.
Please be sure to follow us, subscribe.
We don't even know who it is yet, do we?
Nope. On all platforms. We're featured on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, YouTube. We recommend watching on Spotify or YouTube because that's where the videos are. I think the video is probably the best way to consume it. Patreon actually is that's the best video.
Oh yeah, hit us on Patreon.
All of our links can be found on our Instagram page, Buddy System Pod. Follow the Patreon. All of that's on the link tree.
Discord.
Discord channel.
We have to figure that out. We have to learn it.
Yeah.
Because that's how we interact with people, right?
With our buddies.
Yeah.
So
Discord, Patreon are linked.
There'll be Discord chats for the Patreon folks. New episodes every Tuesday for free. Monday on the Patreon. Wednesday as well. The bonus episodes are coming. Look out for the cooking content and for the shop and the vintage stuff. We love you.
Yeah.
This was a good episode.
Okay, this was fun, man.
It was fun. We were all over the fucking place. Angry, poop and 360s, some goofy, stupid shit.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I liked it too. I think
we're gonna have a lot of fun.
I did have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Go Broncos.
Go Bears.
Yep.
Even though
it's March.
We'll get them next year.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye guys. Thank you.